Prince William gave a speech in front of 200 frontline workers, where he opened up about his time in the emergency services as an air ambulance pilot. The speech was given as part of the Blue Light Together initiative at an event in London. He announced the package of mental health support in front of politicians and leaders from emergency services across the UK to discuss the issue for the first time. Royally US hosts Christina Garibaldi and Christine Ross discussed the speech on the latest podcast. Ms. Garibaldi said, "Now this is not the first time that William has spoken out about mental health. This has been a big passion of not only his, but also Kate's and Harry's over the years. He sat down with a couple of people and really opened up about the struggles that he went through working as an air ambulance pilot." Ms. Ross added, "I think it's so special that he has had this unique experience, that he volunteered to be an air ambulance pilot, because now he really is able to relate to these people and to their struggles." It was really moving listening to him tell the stories of the experiences he had, the calls that he was on. He spoke a lot about teamwork as well, and working with his fellow crew. I think that really humanized him in a way to the people that he was speaking to. This was aired at a symposium for first responders, and it spearheaded a campaign to provide more support for first responders. I think his experiences really might make someone think what they're experiencing is normal and common, and they can get help. Ms. Garibaldi added, "It's interesting, he said he witnessed so much tragedy and had to go home and had to shut it off. He didn't want to burden his family with everything that he had went through. He said you need to talk about it rather than keep everything inside." William reflected on his time as a pilot, saying, "I remember the pressure of attending calls in the most stressful conditions, sometimes with tragic conclusions. I remember the sense of solidarity with my team, pulling together to do the best we could and sharing the weight of responsibility. My friends asked the same with Meghan." Thomas Markle breaks silence on racist. Royal Prince Harry and Prince William are sick of Charles lobbying for Camilla's Queen title. Prince William also called for emergency responders to be given mandatory decompression breaks as part of their mental health support network. Health Secretary Sajid Javid echoed William's support. He said at the launch event, "Our emergency services, they represent the very best of us, running towards danger when most of us run away." An overarching attempt to solve the puzzle was carried out during the BBC's second installment of The Princes and the Press, broadcast last night. The documentary's narrator, Amol Rajan, spoke to a string of people either close to the royal family or who have an understanding of its workings, and paid special interest to how the debacle has been covered by the media. Harry and Meghan announced that they planned to leave the royal family last year. It was met with widespread surprise, although many felt that something like it had been on the horizon for a while, given the couple's previous years in the firm. One of the first signs came in March 2019, when the Duke and Duchess of Sussex established an office as part of Buckingham Palace. They had previously been part of the same household as William and Kate in Kensington Palace. Roya Nikar, the Sunday Times royal editor, claimed that this split fueled speculation about the couples. She told the BBC documentary, "It's not easy for siblings to have an argument in public. For a long time William and Harry shared a household. But then of course when they divided, then they had their own separate aides, and their own separate communications teams, who brief. That fuels a lot of the media coverage." Having been based at Kensington Palace alongside William and Kate's team, the Sussexes' staff were officially moved to Buckingham Palace in late 2019. Don't Miss It showed that Harry's latest entry, at the time a trip to Amsterdam to launch the sustainable tourism initiative Travelist, was listed under Buckingham Palace. This was compared to the entry before, which came from Kensington Palace. A statement from Buckingham Palace confirming the news read, "The Queen has agreed to the creation of a new household for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, following their marriage in May last year. The household, which will be created with the support of the Queen and the Prince of Wales, will be established in the spring." It added, "The Queen has given permission for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex to base their household office at Buckingham Palace." Their Royal Highnesses will appoint new communications staff, who will form part of the Buckingham Palace communications team and report to the Queen. TMS Communications Secretary, Donald McCabe. 3 months after this, it was announced that William and Kate would continue to head their royal foundation, while Harry and Meghan would set up their own organization to support causes close to their heart. The Royal Foundation said the decision was made following the conclusion of a review into its structure, but that both couples would work together in the future. Harry and Meghan launched their Sussex Royal Foundation, but it was shut down shortly after, when they stepped down as senior royals. From the ashes of Sussex Royal came their new endeavour, the achoed Foundation. This looks to help charitable causes, as well as containing a business division which focuses on media and production. Doting mother of Kate, Duchess of Cambridge, opened up on how she's making sure her grandchildren will have fun during the Christmas holidays. Mrs. Middleton's company, Party Pieces, shared a picture of 2 gonks on its Instagram account alongside a remark made by Kate's mother. Quoting Mrs. Middleton, the picture caption read, "I'm going to need a few of these cheeky chaps this December, to hide around the house and make my grandchildren laugh. As much as I love immaculate decorations, we can be too serious at Christmas." Gonks are little figurines with long white beards and kitted hats resembling the gnomes found in Scandinavian mythology. This isn't the first time Mrs. Middleton has spoken about how she spends Christmas with her grandchildren. Mrs. Middleton's company shared a photograph of Kate's mother smiling while surrounded by gold and white balloons and presents. It was accompanied by a message penned by Mrs. Middleton, which read, "We may not be able to get together, but, after a year like 2020, we need to remember what TMS really important this Christmas. For me, what really matters, is that my family feels connected. I normally let my grandchildren help me decorate the tree. This year, ITMLL asked them by video call to decide which decoration should go where. It may need to be tastefully rearranged later." Mrs. Middleton and her husband Michael Middleton have a total of 5 grandchildren. George, Charlotte and Louis have as first cousins Pippa Middleton and James Matthews, 2 children Arthur, born in October 2018, and Grace, born in March this year. Mrs. Middleton launched her party supply company more than 3 decades ago. Mrs. Middleton told the Daily Mail, "All I could find were basic clown plates. I realized there was a gap in the market for partywear that wasn't too expensive and which looked good, so decided to design my own." George, Charlotte and Louis may return to Sandringham House this upcoming Christmas Day after they spent last December self-isolating due to the coronavirus pandemic. In 2019, George and Charlotte attended for the first time the Christmas Day service at St. Mary Magdalene Church alongside their parents, other royals and the Queen. The young siblings walked the short distance from Sandringham House to the chapel and looked slightly nervous as they were welcomed by well-wishers waiting for the royals. After the service, the tots met some of the royal fans in person, with Charlotte even hugging a bystander who gifted her a pink inflatable flamingo. Prince Louis, who was born in April 2018, did not attend the walkabout given his young age. The 3 little Cambridges are believed to break with royal tradition when it comes to Christmas presents. The royal family still follows the German tradition of opening presents on Christmas Eve. But Kate suggested during a chat with a royal fan in 2019 her children get up very early on December 25th to unwrap their gifts.